is really getting clear on what may be repeating. Was dad excluded because of his alcoholism or his struggle with gambling? Well, what tends to happen more often than not is you bring in that part in the family that was rejected. You may marry somebody with an addiction issue. So it may not be drinking for your husband, it may be drugs, or it may be overworking instead of feeling like over drinking. But the long and short of it is, it feels like your spouse is unavailable or untrustworthy, just like your mom blamed your dad for. In one occasion, I saw this replicate in a client where the father was unreliable, whether it was because he was late at work, later to be found at the bar, or he would tell his family that he had to go away for the weekend, but it would come out that he was partying with friends. Well, my client ended up marrying a workaholic, somebody that she was sure wouldn't let her down in this way. But what ended up happening is he was always away, seriously working, yet that feeling for her was, he's not there for me. So he would be traveling on business trips. The career level that he had was very high. There was a lot of responsibility on him. So he would be traveling basically 2/3 of the time out of every month. And so it felt like she was in it on her own. So you can see the circumstance and the situation is different, but the way the client feels is the same. So until we can get underneath why this challenge, why this same old argument actually makes sense, actually matches up to the imprint in the client's body, can we really gain traction in a new direction. You see, about 70%, although the more I work with couples, the more I'm convinced it has to be a lot higher than that. Those dynamics that go on inside of a marriage, at least 70% of them come from our family of origin. So that piece that bothers you about your spouse, or that longing to have more of his time or attention, or that feeling of security you wish your wife could give you, that comes from somewhere. And until we get to the root of it, until we find that crux, we may be forever stuck talking about better communication strategies, or that age-old question that we always see, when sitcoms kind of make fun of therapy. How do you feel about that? Well, that can only go so far. What I know in my clients is that they want real results. They want to come back into their lives with new understanding and actual true change, generating traction that lasts. And so if you find yourself in that boat, please do reach out with any questions you may have about your specific personal situation.